Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overload and loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go.
Welcome to another Shot Podcast, where our opinions might be real, or it could just be the liquor talking. Sit back and enjoy another shot.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Shots Wednesday night open bar. Always fun and always unpredictable. Yes, let us drop it this link and let's see who we can get in here with some solid conversation tonight. I, for one, am trying. What's going on, brother Arliss? How's things going, Chief? I, for one, am trying to figure out what I want to sip on tonight. All day long, I've been kind of just. It's just one of those evenings. Like, I want to, but I don't want to. So, I don't know. And I get the inquisitive bug eye kind of. What's he gonna do? So, anyways, what do we got Halloween wise? Anything good? Yours truly made a little bit of a blunder yesterday. Keeping busy and lots of big things going on. So I see, sir. It's still there's some mum's the word, I do believe. Kitty cat. I'm looking forward to this 100 proof. As if we need anything else dangerous in this bar. Bad enough we get these super sweet creep up on you. I think they've hit. They've touched everybody that's come in here. There's not been one person that's not been affected by the whipped or the banana. I do know that banana split we were trying to do, that was a fail. You would have thought that like all the flavors would have meshed and everything. It just didn't. Somehow didn't jive.
That's when you took 3 in a row.
Yes. Probably. Yes, yours truly got challenged, and I always accept challenges. It's my family's recipe. Oh, nice. Well, I'm looking forward to getting a bottle or two of it for in here. Why not? 100%. What do we got here? Witch's Heart. Apple brandy, grenadine, lime juice, club soda, edible glitter. The only thing we don't have the apple brandy, but we do have Applejack. which has also not been our friend as of late. Bloody Sunrise. Oh, there's one that says Screaming Cat. Tequila, orange juice, grenadine, pomegranate juice.
Use mango instead.
Hmm?
Use mango juice instead.
I could. See what happens. I'd love to try that. Hooper says tequila, passion fruit juice, and grenadine. The Sinister Sunrise. Good Lord. Vodka, blue curacao, blackberry liqueur, cranberry juice. We have a winner. I guess I am throwing caution to the wind. All right, folks. Once it's online, yeah, it's all over. Yeah. It's not the first, it's not the last. I guarantee. That couch has been many a friends or many a nights. So let's just jump right into one, guys. This is called the Black Cat. Might be a reason behind this one. Hey, Arliss. Cat got to see me naked. Was not pretty. Vodka, blue curacao. See, Hoop, if you were here for this one, I was just telling Hoop. We have got to find some regulars to where instead of them getting my constant opinion, you get other people with different palates and so on and so forth. So blue curacao. Arliss, we might have to make it an every Monday or every Wednesday with you. We'll have to figure something out. That would be quite fun. Ugh. We don't have a blackberry liqueur, but we got a blackberry liquor. Cranberry juice and a splash of club soda. Already we're hitting the ground running, guys. Ugh. Hooper says a tiny wine club. Oh. No. Tiny ween club. Oh. Hey, I never claimed to be a porn star. 1001, 1002. Start off with the vodka. Then the blue curacao, which is telling me 1 ounce. We also, see, I almost did it. 1001, 1002. Top it with the cranberry. Yeah, that one's starting to pull out. And then we top it off with the club soda afterwards, but we hit the shake. Arliss, inquiring minds want to know, brother. Keep talking about what some of these big things we got to look forward to. And it looks like it goes into a flute, which Kitty Cat just got us. And here we go. Oh, it's almost black. Almost. This false advertising stuff. Yeah, I have to agree with that one. And we top this bad boy off with club soda for the fizz. It's got a neat color to it. Not gonna lie. Kobe. And there we have it, the black cat. Now, when you put the light to it, now it really looks black. Actually, that's, I guess, a midnight blue, maybe? Question is, how is it going to taste? It's got potential. Ooh. Mm. Yeah, no. Ooh. You know, you win some, you lose some. On a scale from 1 to 10, that might be like a 3. That's just. I don't think there's any saving this one. Ooh. You think it was like the blackberry whiskey instead of the blackberry liqueur? I don't know what went wrong where, but bless. That was like probably the world's worst aftertaste. Ooh. Do I have to? Ooh. Ooh. It's very rare you see this, folks. Blue, you're more welcome to if you want, sir. This needs to. Oof. I think we'll go back to our. Ugh. I couldn't even. I'm trying to, in any which way I can think of, figure out how to save that, and I don't think there is any saving that one whatsoever. But why do I have a sneaking suspicion somebody's going to try it? Watch him like it. Let's see. Ugh. Like I said, guys, you win some, you lose some. Thank you, sir. Oh. Much appreciated, brother.
Babe.
Ugh.
There you go.
Much appreciated, brother. Oh, you're more than welcome to turn it down if you want. Ooh, ooh. I'll tell you right now. The best way to describe that aftertaste, it's like when you burp back up your food. That's what I tasted. So
I tasted
I, I've got nothing on that one. And I guarantee Hoop, that'd have been one. I mean, it's a good thing Hoop wasn't here for that, because I guarantee that would have been 2 flutes. That would have been.
Well, that wasn't one that he said he wanted to try.
Mm.
I think it was this one.
Oh.
Or maybe this one.
Well, we'll see what's up.
Ugh. Yeah, it was one of these.
I was thinking it was the Sinister Sunset. Either one of them had the tequila in it, but who knows? Seeing as how I'm trying to keep my good boy pants on, kitty cat, I made a blunder yesterday. So in all the hustle and bustle and confusion from the other night, somehow I still had my phone plugged in. Problem is, at some point during the night, I knocked it off onto the floor and it ended up under the bed. So I got woken up to the sound of a lot of tapping at my window. And when I looked at the clock, $11 Yeah. So then yours truly is trying every which way. I I didn't feel sick. I was like, it hurt from the back of my neck up. But I was so tired. Like I had zero energy. And it got to a point that even with his help, there was no saving me yesterday. A little over 2.5 hours later, I was back home and on the couch sleeping. Didn't get up till Sarah got home at 6:30. Always makes one wonder.
So is that like you guys go to work tomorrow?
That's why I have to go. I have to go to work tomorrow. So luckily today, it kind of goes back to. I'm not going to say this is the case, but I'm very, very glad they like me, because a lot of other places would have just said, "All right, forget it, stay home. Here, we're just going to burn your vacation time. It's on you." No, I got the opportunity to go home, catch up, come back in, and go to work tomorrow on my day off. So there's a little bit of penance there. But I say this, and you don't get a lot of people. Luckily, we were busy. So I went in. I got up, got dressed. I was gonna open this morning. I thought, why not? Try and catch up on a little bit, try and cut into, tomorrow's time. And right before I walked out the door, I'm like, wow, he was pissed off yesterday because I was in the bathroom. So I'm not on the clock yet. Went downstairs, clocked in 8:05. Had 25 minutes early. It's a good sign. They like that. As long as you don't make it on a regular basis. We have guys that like to come in there. They'll
Clock in early so they can leave early and not.
I used to do this all the time, and when I worked at Wendy's, I would pull like 2-3 doubles. I had it down to a science where come Friday, all I had to do was open, work the first hour after we opened to the public, and then because I wasn't full time, I had to clock out, and I had it down to where I was like 39.999, that sort of thing. Clocked out, boom. Used to piss Renee off something fierce. So now, all these years later, we got a few guys that like to come in there. They'll come in a half hour early every day. And then come Saturday, guess what? So today, I go in early. Trust me, they had some fun with it. I ate my crow, enjoyed, sat back. I got to wear a little badge over my name because now I'm Wyatt number 2. Wyatt's notorious for almost every day. Now, granted, there's been times where they can't get a hold of him, and if that had been him, he'd have just called out. So at least these guys gave me a chance to come in, and Hooper said he was banging on the window so hard he was afraid he was going to break the window at one point. But luckily we were busy, so I went in early and was even given the opportunity to, did I want to take a lunch? While we're lined up outside, no, I'm good, because that's just another half hour. And then we ended up staying all the way, worked a little bit past close. Well, past 5:30. So I whittled it all back down to if I go in and open in the morning, I could be done by 11. No days off. Literally. But want to hear the music, you got to pay the band. And the thing of it was, I actually was really disappointed in myself because I've been really trying hard not to do that shit anymore, not to, push the boundaries, to push it. And, and for a while there, I was doing good. And then I let myself slip. I got pissed off. I will be honest. There was a few things that pissed me off. And when the challenge came out, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And just ran with it. And yes, I heard somebody say you better not, but by then I'd already grabbed it and down they went. And I tell you what, guys, those hit me so fast. It was unreal. Does age catch up? Maybe you think that might be it.
That's part of it.
How about the fact that I've really let myself go. Me and Hooper were just talking about that today. You know, diet, sleep, everything. My sleep sucks. Absolutely 100% sucks. Even when I do go to bed, I cannot sleep for nothing. We've had this conversation just the other night. So I think, again, there was another stupid part of me that, you know what? Had a little bit of a lunch. We're good. Oh, wait, let's have a little bit of pizza. We're good. Then let's go ahead and hit the big boys. That's not good. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I mean, Sarah's been trying really hard to get me to go to the gym, get me back active, get me back out there. And I keep saying, you know what? I need to go to Mike and say, make me an opener. And then hopefully I can get out of there 4:30, which will give me enough time to go home, maybe get a quick rinse, go work out, go drop some of this. You know, it's all catching up. It really is. Like the weird cramps every now and then, the arm cramps, muscle cramps, guys. You know, Shark Week is long gone for me. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's times where I'm at work and like today, where it seemed like it was constant, and for some reason, it seemed like we were shorthanded. So we were running all over the place. At times, I was doing vehicles by myself. Hooper was trying to jump in there as much as he could to help out, and then finally things started to settle up. But then, I mean, you have up front that's wanting to constantly holler back, Hooper, we got Hooper this, and you know, next thing you know, there was a lot of arguing today. Not by me, but it was almost like the people that were supposed to be on their A game weren't. So it just, I don't know, odd day. But for me, as much as I want to go to the gym, I mean, it's kind of like going to the gym, just not actually putting, I don't know how to describe it. I keep telling myself, I'm going to go to bed. Keep telling myself, hey, we're going to start at 8. I'm almost like, hey, let's go. I thought about what Blue said to one day. Hey, let's go back to 7 o'clock and see if we can start cutting down on everybody's time, and maybe some of us will actually get in there and get some sleep. But me had to trash the room. So there was a lot of couch sleeping last night. It's just, you know, I know those next day regrets sometimes.
That's all right. Katie could have went to bed early last night. Didn't happen. We started watching her Grey's Anatomy, and she was up till past
I was catching up from last season so that I could start watching this season.
Well, bear in mind, they're going to hear a slight echo of him. So,
yes. So yesterday, with us not being on here, we just relaxed at home. We didn't go out. We didn't do anything. We actually cooked dinner, sat down. We started trying to catch up on some of last season's shows so that way we could start watching this season's shows. And yeah, sure enough, because I have been able to sleep in the morning because Chris hasn't been going to school until today. sleeping in the morning, so I've been able to get a little bit of rest. And sure enough, at 11 o'clock last night, he says, "Okay, I think we're done." I was like, "No, we can go longer. We got another show. We can do another one. We can do another one. We can, yeah." So I crawled
About
into
1
bed.
o'clock,
I
1:30.
crawled into bed at 1:30,
What time did you have to get up?
5:30.
Well, you can crawl in bed at 6:15.
Yes, I know what time I crawled out, but I was supposed to be up at 5:30.
Well, the fun part is, like I said, I went home yesterday and immediately laid back down. That was the smartest thing to do. And that was probably around 2-ish. And I didn't get back up until Sarah and Kaylin came home. And that was 6:30. So now I've got this nice little power nap. We ate some dinner. Like I said, there was some hurricane mess that had to be cleaned up. And no matter how hard I tried, I was laying down on the couch beside Sarah. We got that reclining couch. Wasn't doing the job. I went over and lay down on the other one. Wasn't doing the job. I was getting too hot, too cold, not getting comfortable. The last time I looked at the clock, it was 4:30 in the morning. So when my alarm went off, I don't know how. Maybe because I slept damn near all day yesterday. Alarm went off at 6 something. I hit the snooze a couple times and I thought, nope, I'm going in. And I actually wasn't bad. I did that my entire day without a Red Bull. 3 cups of coffee, but I mean, still. I do my best work when I stick to this. Something just to sip at the whole time. You know, as much as I want to crack into a beer, I just kind of, I like these evenings where I just sit back and sip on a drink and relax. Now, if I could just try and make this a regular thing, that'd be a little better off. What do we got?
To say what?
I do my best work when I just sip at something, guaranteed.
Yes, sipping BS. Very good, Ryan. Yes.
The only problem is then I start to worry because my favorite one is starting to dwindle. I don't think they have that at our local store. Do you? That one I wish I'd doubled up on because that one's really good. But I mean, I've said it before. We used to do that all the time. And when you guys were sitting there telling me about the binge watching last night, you know how many times me and Sarah have done that? Especially, I mean, we'll watch Californication over and over and over. Honestly, it is very smooth, yes. And I would sit down usually and pour myself a 2-finger of Jameson or whatever Irish whiskey and just sit back and enjoy the show. You know, I kind of like to sit, you know, these evenings and
Chill mode.
yeah, is the best way to put it. Just straight up chill mode. So that is why, yeah, we need to really buckle down and either go on at 8. Because I mean, I used to be a stickler about it. It's like, got to be, if we were late, like I was, you know, even just 2 minutes, it's like, shit, you know. And before you know it, you know, especially with us doing the other stuff, yeah, 11 o'clock rolls around, 11:30, 12 o'clock, and the bullshitting. Maybe just keep back to Well, and with Hooper saying that, I mean, he wants to. We've already discussed this, and we were actually just talking about it the other day. Monday. Jerome said, "Hey, you were supposed to be on at 8, blah blah blah," and then next thing you know, it got to be. Maybe we really need to start cracking down and doing that the whole schedule thing. I need to get up off my ass and quit going in and, well, now I'm going to turn on TV. Now I'm going to look stuff up. Now I'm going to maybe sit down and read Dan's book. Damn it. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to actually, after the last couple of nights. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to bed, in my own bed, laying down, comfortable. It's easy to say through the screen there. We dropped the link, wuss. Somebody won't get up off their ass and try out that new camera with the mic and everything that we had to test for one night and worked out nice. But on that note, let's go ahead and take our little break. Need to tell Arliss, hurry up, come up with a new single. Or any of these other guys. Yeah, why not? This is the Southern Outlaw Band with All I Got Is Time and Beer. Guys, we'll be right back. And let us welcome to the stage our good friend from the north, published author of Universal Chronicles Extinction, soon to be releasing.
Extermination.
I said that.
No, you said
Sure I did.
extinction. Anyways. Hi, Dan.
What's up,
Hello.
buddy?
There we
How
go.
was your little what was it now?
Toastmasters.
Okay. I thought about popping on there, and then we were trying to get everything set up. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
trying to do some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, we're trying to do something a little bit new. One of the things that I'm always thinking outside the box, and I'm kind of glad that the Club 13 Toastmasters I'm with, excuse me, they allow me to do that. Some days they do pull the rein and go like, nope, that's might be a little too much, but I'm glad that they allow me to think outside the box and they go with me.
At least you had. I mean, see, there you go. Somebody that had a nice chill night doing something he loves to do. What do we got up there? We got somebody else. Ah,
Dan Arliss says hi.
Hey, Arliss, what's up? Yeah, Arliss actually joined my came onto my thing for a little bit too.
I saw Ninja came in for a second. Good old Dylan. What do we got? Little man was shaking his butt, dancing. Ah. Liam Saab becoming to be quite the little dancer.
He loves the Southern Outlaws.
Most people do. All we need now is, like I said, Arliss to narrate Dan's book.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am so excited that book is now finally, that part 2 is finally done. Now
So
all
it
I
is
gotta
a
do
bit-
is,
I was gonna say it is official. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was gonna say is, yeah, I sent it to my publisher / editor, and she's gonna like look at it, and but other than that though, it's out of my hands now. So now I can focus on other projects.
So when you do stuff like this, how long before you start book 3? Because I mean, I'm thinking like a 9-book series doesn't give you a lot of breathing room, does it?
Not really, no. And I'm already I'm already thinking about book 3 and how that's going to tie in. And that's pretty much what it is right now, is that I'm actually in the process now of thinking, okay, how does book 3 tie in with book 2? Because basically what it is that when you're writing these books, especially in this as big of a series as I'm doing, is that you have to think about the whole narrative as a whole. It's like point A to point B. And for me, it's like, it's not just like, going like, okay, I'm going to point A to point B, and that's done. It's, you got to think about, okay, so I got to flesh this out. I got to keep the pace up, but not too fast. I got to make sure that each book is as entertaining as the next, or as the last, I mean. And it's, it's a little challenging, but I honestly cannot wait to get started in book 3, because that is where things are going to, like, excuse my language, that's when shit really hits the fan. But it's also when things get very exciting.
He did. He said it. Oh man.
Yes, I do not swear very often, I know.
So Ryan apparently has ordered the book too, so it is on the way. So I mean, that's 3 just right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a quota? You try. I mean,
Kind of. It's like more so a personal quota for myself. When I write, I always say I'm going to try to write as many words this week. For me, since I can actually, I actually can write every 45 minutes. I can type out 1,500 words. So but I do pace myself though. So I can type out 1,500 words, and then once I'm done, it's like, okay, now I'm going to go back and recheck what I wrote, make sure it makes sense, and then flesh it all out that way. And then it's like, okay, this is good. Okay. Or add a few more things in there if I need to. For example, I don't do dialogues in my first writing session. I save that for later because when I do it, I like the dialogues to make sense, to be organic and to be, natural feeling. That's how I try to write the dialogues anyways. And I try to make it sound like, it's a fresh thing. So that's pretty much what I try to do. And yeah,
Well, hopefully I'm not jumping ahead too much though, but I'm thinking like in nine books is like, I mean, that's a hell of a stretch right there. That's a hell of a series. So I mean, I'm going to make an assumption that some of those books may possibly be like backstories on specific characters, maybe some standalones, nothing like that. So you're going to try and do a continuous run on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually how it is that I actually broke it up into like 3 little chunks because 9 books, but each one has this different tone to it, if that makes any sense. Because I'm doing something that some people struggle with doing, and that's bridging the gap between sci-fi and mythical stuff too. So there is going to be some elements in there that some people are going like, oh, wow, now we're jumping to this, but it's not going to be like a about face turn kind of thing. Like, okay, now we're going to mystical stuff. Here's fairies, there's goblins, and it's like, no, we're not going that route just yet. But it is definitely it's a narrative that I've been thinking about because, like I said, the first book took me 12 years to write. But it wasn't the fact that I was writing the first book for 12 years. It was that I was fleshing out the story, the characters, the direction I wanted the whole series to go. And it's like, okay, I know how it ends because the ending is very important to me. And I definitely know, like I knew how the beginning was going to go. And I definitely knew the character who the main protagonist were going to be. So that's how, and then it's like, for me, it's like, okay, so how do I connect point A to point B so it makes sense narratively? So
here's my question then. With all this writing, and you've got a long ways to go. I mean, you definitely need to stop and take some downtime. What do you do for like relaxation, just to kind of break the monotony and get away from it? And
I play my Xbox, or well, I'll do TikTok and I'll talk on here, or come join you on here. That's pretty much what I do. And every once in a while, like if I get asked to go hang out, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do that.
Well, Blue wants to know what you play on Xbox.
I play Starfield. Bethesda games. Halo, Starfield, Fallout, like all the Bethesda big titles, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Starfield.
Play it all the time.
I'll play Halo. I'll play like some other games too, like Minecraft. Fighting games. I'll play Mortal Kombat.
There we go.
So
Those are the ones my kids play.
for Merit, there can't. I swear to God, if you said that they play Roblox or something like that, I'm like, yeah, that seems about right for this day and age.
Now, me and my daughter used to sit down and, I like doing creative mode and just going into Minecraft, and I'll be like, all right, Kaylin, let's just pick a world, and I just feel like building an underground city. So we'll dig as far down as we can with it, before it, I guess what's it put us in the abyss or whatever, or something along those lines. And then it's like, okay, so how do we bring the natural light? Hey, there's water over here. How do we keep this going? And we've built these real immaculate houses.
Mhm.
And she's like, well, if you do that, if you take it all creative, then all of a sudden you get the Endermen and ghosts and all these other, the skeletons want to come in, zombies. So I'm like, well, okay, so what if I'll build a waterfall over top my whole house, my entire building. I built one that was like, I think 15 stories. We still never got back to the surface. But the thing of it is, with her though, she would get bored and just want to go somewhere else and just start doing whatever, just anything and everything.
Mhm.
I used to get into Mortal Kombat a lot, like even on my phone. I've got I downloaded the app and used to play it religiously. And then for some reason, ever since I started this new job, it's almost like I don't have time to, and I forget all about it. And then like maybe once or twice a week, I'll get on there and be like, oh, well, I guess I better get caught back up a little bit. And then I'll discover another game or something. I don't know. I got into the Elder Scrolls for a little while. I thought that was kind of neat. I just never been a big RPG guy. But I know this much. It used to drive me nuts. My friend Daniel would literally, I've watched him start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, let's say on a Saturday. We'll all go to bed and we'll get up in the morning and he's still playing. I've watched him go almost 12 hours. He was doing EverQuest and then he got into World of Warcraft. It just, I remember doing that back in, the early days of internet, back when you had dial-up. You get into Yahoo chats and I'd be on there, Jesus God, I'd be on there all night long. And it's just, I could never do that with a game though. I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe it's just me liking to talk to people. Possibly, I don't know. It's just, but then he really got into Fallout. So when Amazon created the Fallout series on television, what did you think of that?
I found it quite interesting, actually. I mean, it's definitely a interesting take on the game itself. I'm still waiting for them to bring out the Death Clause. I wouldn't mind seeing how that translates from the game to live action. But I like it though. I mean, like, they're keeping it to they're keeping some of the lore in there, and for me, it's like, okay, this is good. From my understanding, this is like a tie-in to what Fallout 5 is supposed to be. So it goes from Fallout 4 and then the series and then Fallout 5. From my understanding, though, too.
This is where it gets fun because this kid, Hooper, is so in love with Assassin's Creed, dude. He literally has multiple tattoos of the symbol, and we pick on him every now and then. I think Connor said it. The one symbol looks like a butt plug on his thumb. it really does. But I mean, I tried really hard to get into Assassin's Creed, and I was really excited. And to answer Blue real quick, I'm a PlayStation guy too. I've always been a big fan of PlayStation. I never could get into Xbox. I didn't like the controllers. I didn't, bless you. Oh, look, he even dabbed it. You see that? He kind of did this whole thing.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh, how's that go again? Like,
but he ended up, Assassin's Creed. I tried to get into it. It's another one of those games, kind of like Final Fantasy, where the advertisements made it look so much better than what the actual gameplay was. I got the first Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of get into this. And then from there, it was kind of like, oh shit, what was that? I can see it. They made a movie adaptation of it.
Zelda.
Hmm?
Zelda.
No, Uncharted.
Oh, okay.
You know, Tom Holland was in it, and you know, I hate these big games. You know that I look forward to these movies. And, you know, you're thinking, okay, you know, I really enjoyed the advertisements for them so much better. They made them, and then like Assassin's Creed. I mean, I every time I've tried to watch it, I end up falling asleep. Same thing with Prince of Persia when that came out. That was supposed to be a whole series of movies, and they did one and done. And that was a game I put hours into on a PC. So I mean, it's just I don't know.
If I had the means to get a PC, I would play like Grand Theft Auto, be like the cops, like cops and firefighters or something.
That was another game I couldn't get into was GTA. You know, it just at first, obviously the sex sells. People love the fact that you can, you know, hook up with a prostitute and it showed the deed, you know.
Tell a story on that one.
But
Maybe you have the story on that.
Well, same thing for God of War as well. The first game right there. It's like, you know, they had that kind of ability to do that too.
what's
And
this?
yet-
GTA 5. My boys were younger. They were in one of the bedrooms playing games. They were being quiet. They were getting along. There was no question. Didn't have to check on them because they weren't like killing each other. I was like, wow. I happened to walk back and I couldn't understand why the door was closed. I opened the door and at the time, I believe he was 8. My 8-year-old autistic son was sitting there egging on my 9-year-old to get a lap dance inside the strip club. I said, "What is that on that screen?" And they both turned bright red, said, "Nothing, Mom. We just happened to we walked in here on accident." Boys, go tell your dad what you were doing. And while they left the room, the game came out of the system and became Mom's. So they were no longer allowed to play that game.
We got the biggest kick out of this one game. Connor was, I think, a baby at the time. And I was going through, and this is back when we would go, we would binge buy during Black Friday. Black Friday, I would go through, we probably would spend easily $200 to $300 just on games and movies.
Mm-hmm.
We would leave with shopping bags full. And one of the games I picked up was called Hard Rain. And I really got into this one because it was kind of a girl gets kidnapped. You know where she is, and you're trying to solve who kidnapped her, and you know how do you get her out of there before water fills the whole room. This game was notorious though for having well, one of the first things you see is a shower scene with one of the main characters, and yeah, it showed pretty much everything. And then later on, there's a sex scene between her and one of the other main characters, and all the while, you know, what do you do next? If you want to kiss her, it tells you to, you know, hit the A button while pushing up. And it's like, so now we're going to actually go through the act. And I tell you what, all the adults got a biggest kick out of this. Like, is this, this is really where we're at? I mean, I never did win that game. I finished it, but I failed, and unfortunately, the little girl died. And then I found out who the killer actually is. And Hooper just sent us a picture of the butt plug. Would you like to show Dan?
I just sent it to him.
She sent it to you.
Fair enough. Okay, let's see. See it. Oh my!
Does it not look just like?
That's Hooper, right?
That's Hooper.
Hooper, you might want to get your money back for that one because unfortunately, that doesn't look like the Assassin's Creed symbol. It really does look like a butt plug. It doesn't help either that you have the flesh tone right in the middle there too.
I mean, there's. I don't even know what you would do to try and cover that one up.
Make it look like an arrowhead.
Maybe. Spearhead. I don't know.
Well, an arrowhead actually, yeah, that actually would be the way because then all he has to do really is just shade it in, just bring the lines out a little bit more, and then.
I kind of get nostalgic though when I start talking about, like, I mean, games today are fun. I haven't been a gamer in forever. I got out of Madden and all that quite some time ago, and I remember I was always, before PlayStation came around, I was a Nintendo guy. I absolutely loved, like, regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Never got into GameCube because around that time is when the first PlayStation started coming out.
I was a Sega guy.
You were the Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
It was always a battle between me and my buddy. I did it almost after losing my finger in an accident. Yeah. Let me just put it this way: fragments. I'll leave it at that. But like I said, it was always a battle between me and my friends. Oh, I like the Super Nintendo better. They were more the Genesis because it was the edgier stuff. I'm like, how do you consider Echo Dolphin more edgier than, of course, we all remember when Mortal Kombat first came out, it was cleaned up for Nintendo. There was no blood. The fatalities, they had to change that up and everything. Sega, actually, you had to punch in a code, and it was called the blood code, and that turned on all the fatalities. So that's where, and then of course when Mortal Kombat 2 came out, then all bets were off, and they were like, you know what, we have to compete with Sega somehow. So then but I remember games like Super Adventure Island, Donkey Kong Country, that stuff like that. I really had a lot of fun. Mario Kart.
Oh, I love Mario Kart. That was actually one of my fun games I used to play.
Oh my God, Pac-Man. We had Pac-Man on regular Nintendo, and it was always fun to sit down because my stepdad figured out the pattern.
Oh.
And he would get to the point where, I mean, the streak just became, it looked like little keys. And after that, you didn't get any other fruit, nothing. It was just keys. And, he would literally sit down and play that game for hours. And just to see how far he would go, all of us, kind of like when you went to the arcade, even if you weren't playing, you went in, and if somebody was, doing well on the game, they were about to beat it, they were breaking the high score, everybody would circle around this particular person, Afterburner. That was a big one. As we've said multiple times now, Mortal Kombat, that was huge. Pinball.
I wasn't very fond of pinball myself personally.
I liked it, but it was, Terminator, when shooting games started. Me and my friends used to go to Walmart and play Big Buck Hunter and see who could get, the furthest on that. And nowadays, I mean, I haven't kept up with games in so long. I mean, it's almost like, PS3 came out, and then it seemed like it wasn't long after. Then the PS4 came out, and Xbox came out with it. The 360 came out with, what was the next one? Xbox One?
Yeah, Xbox One, and then it goes Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and I can't remember what this Xbox is called. Xbox 4?
Xbox One S.
I mean, it's like Nintendo. I had the Wii, and then the Switch came along, and we just recently got the Switch for Kaylin a couple years ago, and now all of a sudden, like, none of my kids are really gamers anymore. Kaylin doesn't even sit down. She'll on occasion, but she's gotten into, especially since we got her a cell phone. We got her the simple clamshell, still opens up, but she's figured out how to use YouTube on it and all this. And
Well, yeah, actually, that's one of the things right there about most kids these days. I actually have some of a conversation. But, it's funny, though, because it was, people these days are using the cell phones a lot more. They're glued to the screen. They're talking about stuff. And then you're trying to teach kids not to use it as much either. And it's like, what happened to the good old days where you just have a nice conversation? Sure, you're playing a video game, but you can still pause and have a conversation. Go like, oh yeah, that was fun.
You could play the game and talk.
yeah, now you've got Twitch or Discord or any of these other, streaming platforms that you can sit down, they can see you play. I have owned all the Xboxes and PS till PS4 Pro. I mean, part of me wanted to go out and get the Xbox 5, or the PS5, sorry. And the only reason I would want to get it now is because I want to play Mortal Kombat 1. It's a whole different retelling now.
I heard that also too. The PS5 is backwards compatible again. Because remember how it used to be like you got PlayStation 2 and it was backwards compatible for a little bit?
Yeah, you could play PS4 or the original PS games. And then
Yeah,
PS2 did the same thing, and PS3, and
I know PS3 stopped doing that, I think.
PS3 did it for a little while, and then they
Right.
quit doing it like just a few years in. It was just what did they say? It was too expensive to do it that way.
I was playing, but it was a regular PlayStation game that I was playing. PS5.
But I know this much, like,
Oh yeah, Ryan just said it.
yeah,
PS3
PS3 stopped after Gen 2.
Which is a shame though, because they have all these games out there for the old generations, and then they expect people to play them still, but yet it's like, well, how can we when our old systems are no longer working for it anymore?
Now you download them.
Oh yeah, now you're downloading them, but it's like, no, right? You expect us to pay more money to get the games we already own for a system that's obsolete now, and it was
Pretty
ridiculous.
much.
It's like
But
ridiculous.
Here's where it gets fun. See, we tried to go out and get my daughter Switch games, and now they're not even doing cartridges anymore. They want you to actually get, like, whatever the subscription to Nintendo is. And I'm assuming PS is doing the same thing, and Xbox. I mean, it's not going to be too much longer. You will not be buying the game. You'll be buying a plastic box with a little cardboard piece in it that gives you the code, but you have to have the subscription to play the game.
Just go download any game I wanted. I could download it. I would have to pay for it, of course. But I gotta have to play PlayStation.
I've got
Kinda like-
nothing.
It was kind of like when I'm playing Starfield. As much as like Starfield, they're charging people also too to get special little things within the game too. Occasionally,
Yeah.
I mean, they have these downloads for things. I'm like, really? And I guess other games are doing it too. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Add-ons. My son buys add-ons all the time. I'm like, what did you spend your money on here? All this come out for this game and this come out for this game.
Yeah.
That's
and
why.
of course, sorry.
Health packs or weapons packs or
Oh, God, yeah,
these
that's-
different add-ons that are
Which is ridiculous. It's like, really? Why not? If these things were going to be something that's for the game and was meant to be in the game in the first place, why charge us more for that stuff? I mean, I get they want to do microtransactions and they think that's where the money's going to come in. But at this point right now, it's like, really? I mean, do they honestly think that the only people that's going to be able to afford these things are people who actually can afford them? But you look at the economy these days,
I know this much. I mean, even with games, movies are the same way. I haven't bought a DVD now, and I can't remember when. Honestly, it's just kind of. I mean, you literally have a. You can find it on any streaming platform, really. I've got HBO Max. I've got PlayStation, or I'm sorry, Paramount. Which, if you get HBO Max, you get Cinemax with it. If you get the no ads in Paramount, then they'll give you, Showtime as well.
Mhm.
And we have Amazon Prime. I mean, it's just there's no.
Hulu is no longer Hulu.
Well, not yet. It hasn't turned
It's in the process of switching over. It is now all Disney Plus.
Well, of course, Disney's not exactly kid friendly anymore.
anymore.
I think.
Well, at least,
That's why it
At
says
least-
Disney Plus.
Mhm.
yeah, at least they're they split it up though. But and that's the thing right there with some Disney stuff. I mean, I was watching this one movie. What was it? It was Toys. Disney took out a few scenes out of that movie, and I'm like, really? It's like, just keep it in there.
At the same time, you got to think Disney came out with a movie called, well, I think it was called just Red,
Mm-hmm.
and it literally is about a girl basically hitting puberty. The whole thing, basically her period.
No.
Yes, because they even came out and admitted that's what the movie was. The whole thing is an anagram, or not an anagram.
Metaphor.
Metaphor. Thank you.
But it's not just about her getting her period. It's about anger issues, and it's about mental health and learning how to control that with the hormones.
I could go along with that. I don't know where it gets into the mental health aspect. What do it came on and
Sorry.
had
Sorry.
wow.
Hey, sorry.
That's our boy. Perfect
Dylan-
timing.
Ninja, just blame Bill on that one. He started talking about it.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think they need to just. I mean, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. Stick to movies like The Little Mermaid and The Lion King and these. I don't think they need to be doing all this other stuff and kind of pushing an agenda. Honestly. The eyebrows went up. Go ahead. Oh, the stage is yours. She goes, mm-mm. I don't know. Like I said, I still miss stuff like Double Dare. Kaylin today still loves, well, she likes Double Dare. It takes nothing to turn that on, and she'll sit for hours with me and just watch multiple. What do we got?
Is that the one that has the whammy in it?
Ninja. No, we were not learning about that.
Shark Week. The whammy. No, the whammy.
Was it called the whammy? That's the game I liked when that thing come out. You lost all your money.
No, that was actually an actual game show on.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I like watching that.
I mean, that was back when it was fun. There was a point in time when Nickelodeon like ruled. You had, Hey Dude, Camp Salute Your Shorts.
What was
What?
that other one too? They
Oh,
had that game show on there too.
they had Guts, Global Guts.
What would you do? It was I
Uh,
think that was one where they had like the host was what would you do, and they had you get pied or something like that.
well, like I said, the Double Dare had that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's
You can
slime
you can
though.
get well. Nickelodeon's big thing was always slime. There was that you can't do that on television. And if you said water, then the kid would get water dumped on him. If you said I don't know, then they'd get slimed. It was a kids sketch show that went on for a little while.
Mhm.
And that was like the mid 80s into like I think the late 80s, and then it just kind of dropped out.
Yeah. Mark Summers, that's who it was.
Mark Summers was the man, yes.
Yes, he did both Double Dare and What Would You Do?
It's possible. I have to look that one up. What would you do?
Oh yeah, all that. That was a good show.
Oh yeah, I mean, is he what was it? Good Burger?
Yeah.
Keenan and Kel did, they did the Good Burger, and then they made the movie, and
I heard they want to make a part 2 of that movie.
they did.
Oh, did
They
they?
did. They brought him back.
Oh,
And it
okay.
actually did.
Oh, I know the what would you do now.
There we go.
They would put up different scenarios, like with hidden cameras everywhere, and say a family is sitting at a restaurant and a couple cop walks in with a screaming, yelling kid, and one of the parents corrects them quietly, and the other parent, does it differently, and is, what would you do in this situation?
Okay, I remember seeing that.
And then, of course, the hidden cameras come out and say, ah, ha, ha, they just sit there and watch everybody else's reactions in these different scenarios.
Well,
they'd
there's
have
that,
like
but it was also a game show too.
I don't know about that, but I know what she's talking about, because they'd have they'd have somebody sit down and pretend like they can't, they got Parkinson's or something like that, and they can't read, and the waitress would come over and be really rude to them.
Yep. What Would You Do game show was with Mark Summers on Nickelodeon from 91 to 93.
Yep.
I've probably seen it then.
Yeah, because they every once in a while they would have like I think at close to the end they would allow them to pick like a number on a door or something like that, and they would have to either punch it or pull it or something like that, and they get either a prize or a pie in the face.
All the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, like I mean, every time I turn around, I actually had to get on to my daughter tonight. The first thing she did, came in, ate dinner, and then immediately went over and sat down and started watching YouTube. Immediate.
Comes out from school, boom.
I don't know. I mean, call me crazy, but I'm that type of person that wants to sit down and watch a movie with everybody. I don't care what it is. Let's sit down and watch something, preferably something we haven't watched a million times before. Because if you say, hey, Kaylin, what do you want to watch? She'll pick something that next night it's like, all right, what do you want to watch? And she'll say, ooh, let's watch this again.
I don't like watching movies more than once, do I, babe?
Nope.
Depends on the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if I got into it, like the Adam Sandler movies.
Okay, so his thing, Blue's thing, is if it's not sports related, gang related, or something to do with like suspense and all sorts of we really enjoyed the new Bad Boys movie.
I haven't seen that one yet, actually, to tell you the truth.
The first two I thought were good. And then the third one, Bad Boys for Life, I was kind of like, all right, not bad. And then this last one just kind of, I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, basically they're starting to age. So, I
Yeah.
mean, they can't, it was just like the Lethal Weapon movies. You know, you want to remember these guys as, you know, Riggs and Murtaugh, but if you remember the very first one, Murtaugh was just getting ready to turn 60, and that was back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh yeah, the
Riggs
same
comes
thing.
in.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Die Hard as well. I mean, look what they did with that one. They, you know, Die Hard with 2, Die Hard with Vengeance. You know, those 3 movies were one of the top movies for me when I was growing up. You know, I liked watching those. And then they came out with Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard. Then they came up with Good Day to Die Hard. It's like they showed John McClane as an older cop, and you know, it's like, oh, there's not much action or anything like that anymore. I mean, like, there's action, but not as
Oh,
much as.
the Fast and Furious series. I mean, it's getting a bit ridiculous at this point.
There's only one more.
And I
And
know
from
that I've already heard all about it, where the director wants to somehow bring Brian back, which I guess technically, if they can talk, because he had a twin brother, and he actually filled in for him after we lost.
Well, that's probably what's gonna happen.
So I mean, I can see them bringing him back because he does look. I mean, I don't think they were identical, but they were twins.
Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah, they were identical enough to the point where they were able to computer generate his face onto his brother's.
I think with the way they can do stuff, I mean, they could pull it off, but I think even Vin Diesel was kind of, yeah. I mean,
No, Paul was his best friend.
oh, they were close. Oh,
So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, they were inseparable. So when he lost him, he lost a good chunk of himself. So it's difficult when you talk about putting him, you know. So, but yeah, there is that was one whole group of movies that yes, I have to, you know. My other one, of course, I love all my Harry Potters.
Yes.
Elizabeth and I could sit down and watch those over and over and over.
Me and Kaylin, Sarah, yeah, we could sit down and watch some Harry Potter. Kaylin absolutely loves the Lord of the Rings, all of them, including the Hobbit movies.
Now, I have a bunch of movies from when I was growing up that I found that I was able to get so that I could watch with my kids. That I thought, like John Candy. I love John Candy. He
Well, who
was
didn't?
absolutely phenomenal. That wasn't John Candy.
No, it wasn't. Nope. You're thinking Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Michael O'Keefe.
Yeah, no, I have Uncle Buck, The
Yep,
Great
Uncle Buck.
Outdoors.
Great Outdoors is my all-time favorite.
Yes, you know, different things like that. I do have the Caddyshacks, yes. But that was it was not John Candy in those.
What was that one that he was in that had him come to Canada and he was a police officer?
Oh,
Due North? No, that wasn't it.
he did that with Eugene Levy.
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't it Canadian Bacon or something?
Or no, well, I'm thinking of a different one. With wasn't that the one at the very beginning of the movie where they go to Canada for the hockey game at the very beginning, and he gets into a fight because he turns around and tells them all that Canadian beer sucks, and they get pissed off. And
Canadian Bacon.
yeah,
That's the one. Yeah, I like that one because they had Dan Aykroyd come in there, and you know, he gets in trouble because they have like on their back of the truck as they were driving in, like all these things, like, you know, kind of sucks all this stuff. And Dan Aykroyd comes up and he's like, "Do you see what the problem with this thing here is?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, they're trying to pass it off as, you know, all the hate on Canada. They're like, "Nope, that's not it. you're not including the French. He gives it the camera.
Right.
He's like, okay, there we go. Okay, and he's like puts all in French, like Canada sucks, all this stuff right there, and it's like all in French as well. It's like, there we go.
Dude, honestly, like, I mean, when you really sit down and think about it, like, there was a powerful, comedy duo formed between him and Dan Aykroyd, because they did Canadian Bacon, they did The Great Outdoors, they also did a movie called Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah,
that
I got
also
that.
had Chevy Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think John Candy played the officer, didn't he?
He played the officer. He played Dan
The sister.
Aykroyd, the judge's daughter,
Yeah.
and he played, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the twin.
Mm-hmm.
He was like little Bobo or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Uncle Buck, who's Harry Crumb.
Who's
great-
Harry Crumb?
Mm-hmm. The Great Outdoors, Hot to Trot. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, that was another one.
Oh,
Spaceballs.
Barf.
he was.
Yep, it was Barf.
Yeah, who could
Little
forget
Shop
Barf?
of Horrors.
What is it?
Little Shop of Horrors.
He was the radio disc jockey in that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Armed and Dangerous.
That's the one I was talking about with Eugene Levy, where they were security guards.
And then there's the Canadian Conspiracy.
Wasn't he also part of a Canadian comedy troupe
Yes,
before he got into movies?
that is the Canadian Conspiracy.
Okay.
There's a whole group of them. Yes. Summer Rentals. Wow.
See, again, and here's the fun part. I just had a.
Brewster's Millions.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was Brewster's best friend.
Oh, that's right. Most of the
He
guys.
has been in so many Stripes.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was one of the new recruits.
Yeah,
So-
he's the one, the famous mud wrestling.
Yeah, but actually, fun fact about that one right there that I learned is that apparently John Candy went in there, and something about they all learned that they didn't have to shave their heads. And that scene where he's coming out with his hair in his hand, that was his legit look of disgust and sadness for him losing his hair. And Dan Aykroyd and not Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray and Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah, they both got to keep their hair, and they're apparently I don't know what, I can't remember the whole thing. I just remember that apparently they didn't all have to shave their heads, and they didn't tell some of the actors. And John Candy comes out with his hair, like that was his legit reaction to it. I guess he was really annoyed by it.
Honestly, we lost a good one when he died, but it kind of did the same thing to Pauly Shore when he did In the Army Now. So when they actually shaved his head, he thought they were just going to kind of trim it and do this little. So when the barber actually when he when you initially see him laugh and he his eyes get real big and he goes that was him going, he really just did that. So when he came out, that was him legit. When he was thrilled, but he wasn't thrilled about it, but he ran with it.
Yeah.
And that was the last time we ever got to see Pauly Shore with the long hair, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? I thought Pauly Shore grew it out again.
No, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look. I don't know.
So that one was before Son-in-Law, wasn't it?
No, Son-in-Law. Encino Man was the first time they introduced Pauly Shore. And then Son-in-Law. And then he did In the Army Now, Biodome. And then things started, he did a movie called Jury Duty. And then it just kind of,
Yeah.
I think they were actually in talks with him for Airheads, when they did Brendan Fraser, and
Hmm.
they ended up going with Adam Sandler for that one, which the movie was more of a Saturday Night Live, anyways, because you had oh gosh darn it, I just said it. Adam Sandler. You had Chris Farley. Trying to think, there was a couple others from Saturday Night Live in it. Am I correct, ma'am? He did some weird
A
movie.
goofy movie.
Hmm? Yeah, the Goofy movie. But that was
An
animated.
extremely goofy movie.
Blues like movies. Puh.
He looks like heck.
Oh yeah, he's getting really.
Yeah.
In all actuality, he's become a jerk today.
All right.
I don't know. You're the one that whose
Encino
career
Man,
just like foundered.
Son-in-law, in the army now, jury duty, goofy movie, an extremely goofy movie, and Biodome.
And I'm one of the ones that really liked Biodome. I thought that was hilarious. But I definitely think we have hit that point, folks. First time in a while we've gone, well,
Yeah, we've actually gone over overtime.
yeah. Hey, it was a good conversation, though. I love nights like this. Again, sit back, chill. I had a sipper. And probably one of the worst. Ooh. Already?
It's past that time. I'm surprised it's lasted this long.
Wait, once you get into a conversation, it's hard to stop, right?
No. My hot flash is coming on. Got to turn my fans on. He looks at me like, really? Yeah, I haven't had any in a few nights, so yeah.
I know. I love talking movies. I really do. That's a big wheelhouse of mine. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of comedians,
Yes.
who was it? Larry is coming to Warren.
He's gonna be at
Oh, Larry,
Gerbils.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. He was just at Rivers, I think, like a year and a half ago. Well,
It's actually, I need to reach out. You said you talked to Jan. We should have reached out. She went, her and Jay were supposed to go Monday night to see Adam Sandler over in
They did.
Cleveland. She was supposed to let me know how that went. Haven't heard from her. You didn't tell me that one. We gotta go there. I love him. Jeff Dunham, Peanut,
Oh, I like-
Walter, and
Ahmed.
Ahmed, and jalapeno on his stick.
Jose, yeah.
Mhm.
We need to send him a picture of Dan, and let's see what he comes up with.
No, Dan's actually very close to Walter with the bow tie and the jacket all the time. Yeah, except Dan has more hair than Walter.
That's true.
Most of Walter's hair is coming out of his ears.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you think? Do we do the second one tonight, or do we just gotta run with the chill? Inquiring minds want to know. I'll leave this one up to you.
Really?
So
Well, some people will join there for sure.
Considering my phone was blown up last night because we weren't on, and it was Tuesday. We're never on Tuesdays.
well, okay. So my mom even asked me, "Were we going live again Tuesday night?" I'm like, "It's once a month, guys, and it's going to be a little bit before we do it again." So. I don't know.
No, I can hold off on the sports trivia until football season's over, so it'll give us something to do in that
Span.
span of no football. Oh yeah, March Madness.
Oh God.
March Madness kicks in.
Yeah, right after the Super Bowl. It's nonstop.
Trust me,
And then
I know.
baseball
This
starts
has
back
been
up.
my life for 27 years.
Dan will keep you posted on what we're doing.
Sounds good.
But
Play-
yeah, let's
play
go ahead and we'll wrap this one up. We'll do a quick discussion, and I will shoot you a message if we do the other one.
Okay, sounds good. If
So-
not you, I'll probably do one.
On that note, guys, thank you, Dan, for popping in. Hooper, Dylan, Arliss, all you guys. Make sure you check us out tomorrow night for our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots Sports Edition. It's really starting to get ugly. It's, of course, tomorrow night is the Steeler game, so we're going to try and go on possibly a little bit earlier, maybe. I'm not opposed.
So then we're out by 8:30. Yeah, so it's 8:50.
And look at it this way, I got YouTube TV, so it's already being recorded. We can just hit play and not miss a beat as long as nobody looks at their damn phone and keeps their mouth shut.
Score updates. Come on with.
I don't know how many times I've told him. It's like, hey, okay, no, I didn't get to watch it. I'm going to watch it when I get home. I don't want to know. And then he'll go,
Yeah.
no, you really don't want to know.
He's not good at keeping his mouth shut.
You should do something about that.
We still haven't broke the new building.
So, anyways, yeah, Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots Sports Edition tomorrow night. Again, it's getting ugly. We got our Sunday night weekend hangover, and of course, the ever getting legendary Monday night bartender. Dan, thanks for popping in, brother. Like I said, I'll shoot you a message and let you know what we're doing. Will
Okay,
not
so-
take too long. Oh, everything we say on this show is just our opinion. But then again,
It could just be the alcohol.
you guys have an amazing night. We will talk to you later.
Thank you for stopping in and listening to the Another Shot podcast. We shared some drinks, stories, and laughs. But it's time to say goodnight. Join us next time on Another Shot podcast.
If you're looking for a party, then man, have you found it? Now the shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Now the shot is gonna hit you with the mind overloaded. The bar is always open.